What success and success in life looks like for a lot of people differ for as many people as there are in the world. But one thing is true about everyone striving for success: they have to get there themselves. So I want you to think about this idea. You can never conquer a mountain, you can only conquer yourself. Maybe there's a goal you want to accomplish, but you really can't seem to follow through with it. Does that sound familiar? How about this? Maybe you know exactly what you need to do, but when it comes to doing it, you just can't seem to do it. Or even perhaps you become frustrated because you know you need to build the discipline and it's affecting your life, your confidence, your career trajectory, your health, your weight, or even some of your relationships. Here's the thing I know, that if, success can be achieved by doing something once, then everybody would be successful, right? However, the truth is that anything worth striving for is going to take time, it's going to take effort, and it's going to take self-discipline in between those times. While all of us have goals that we're trying to work to, it's much more satisfying when you do the hard work to get there and you finally accomplish it. And that's what I'm going to be talking about today. All those steps that you need to do to get there. The self-discipline that you need to build to reach those goals in your life. So, let's get at it. Hey, I'm Rob Johnson and welcome to the Legacy Gentleman channel. Self-discipline is the ability to push yourself forward, stay motivated, and take action regardless of your feelings physically or emotionally. See, you're showing it when you intentionally choose to pursue something that makes you better, and you do it in spite of the hard factors, the distraction, the hard work it takes, and the odds against you. And you might be thinking, nah, I think I've heard that before. Self-discipline, that sounds a little bit like, self-motivation or willpower. Well, look, they are different a little bit. Motivation and willpower, they really do contribute to what it means to have self-discipline and to persistently do things. But they're also your ability to follow through with things and do hard work. This should probably go without saying, but look, self-discipline, it applies to every aspect of your life. We start with the way you look physically, going to the gym, exercise and eating right, and just generally being attractive. You get there by self-discipline. When he talks about working, your work, your schoolwork, working hard, doing it in the tough times, continuing with it because you have a goal of being a doctor, lawyer, A student, whatever, that's self-discipline to continue with it. And in relationships, self-discipline plays a very big role, from who you decide to hang out with for friends, or when you're actually dating somebody, to set standards for her behavior and your behavior and follow through with it, knowing when to cut off a relationship, knowing when to go deeper. And then when you have a successful relationship, you get married, you have some children, you're gonna still need self-discipline to raise your children so they have the values you're trying to instill in yourself to be transferred over to them. Self-discipline, it's like a muscle, right? You have to work it to develop it. And the harder you work it, the stronger it'll go. But just like if this is your first day in the gym, you're not gonna load all the weights onto the bar and try and lift it. Firstly, you probably won't be able to lift it, but even if you do lift it, you're gonna hurt yourself and you're gonna be a long time coming before you're back in the gym. And I really do believe that self-discipline is like that. You wanna, instead trying to go big in the beginning, set some small goals and then increase the level of challenge slowly. And then when you get more practice, your self-discipline to grow. But think about this, guys. You got your whole life to develop it. So get intentional with it and start doing it. But hey, I'm gonna talk about 5 steps how to do it. And so let's get started with the first step. The first step in building self-discipline is choosing a goal. So look, begin by choosing just one goal that you want to focus on to develop your self-discipline. For instance, you might want to start by exercising in the evening. You want to start by setting aside some time to read a book a day. Start by something small that you can concentrate on and practice self-discipline for a small amount of time, maybe an hour or so. Like I said, that's a good way to start out. Just like my gym analogy, remember, you want to start small, but what's small for you but doable for you? That's how you start to develop self-discipline. And as you build stronger self-discipline habits, you can spread the focus off across other areas of your life, but you really want to start with one area first. The number 2 thing is find your motivation. Building off on the first thing of choosing a goal, once you've chosen a goal, you want to list reasons why you want to achieve it and try to express it in a positive way. Say if it's exercise, right? Instead of saying, I want to exercise 3 times a week so I can lose weight, you might want to say, hey, I want to exercise so that I can have energy to play with my kids, or work successfully, or to look good to the ladies. Or instead of saying, hey, I just want to stop getting off task at work, you can say, I want to do this task so that I can get a raise or promotion at my job, because hey, you never know what could happen. When you list your reason that you want to achieve something, it really helps you internalize why you're doing it. If you say that I am determined to be the best man I can be, so I'm going to read 1 hour of a self-help book every day, then you can see how you're working toward your goal and becoming that person you want to become a little bit more every day, every time you take the discipline to do it. So hey, it'll make it much easier for you to get the job done when you have your reasons listed out for you. The number 3 you need to do is identify your challenges to actually reaching your goal. See, when you identify the challenges or obstacles that you'll be facing when you're working toward this goal, it is a great way for you to think about it and devise a strategy to overcome each one of them. So for instance, say that your goal is to read a book on finances once a week so you can enhance your skill and plan for your family's future better. A number one of the obstacles for reaching that goal could be, how you spend your time at night. But once you've identified those challenges, which your family really is not one of them, you can start, say instead, maybe I'll spend some time with the family, then I'll go to the bookstore or to a library, or I can read a book online. There are several ways that you can come up with solutions to these challenges when you put it in your head ahead of time what the challenges might be, and you make a plan to overcome it. That's what you need to remember to do. I've seen it happen to me. Sometimes my self-discipline and my goals crumble because I hadn't identified these obstacles that I really should have looked and seen. So if you haven't developed a strategy to overcome these challenges, when they come up, you'll be unprepared to deal with them, and then it might even shake your resolve. So make sure you don't skip the steps to identify the obstacles and potential challenges to reaching that goal. I think this number 4 thing is really the whole crux to what we're trying to talk about in this video, and that is to replace old habits. See, when you're trying to develop self-discipline, you're often really just trying to break these old habits and replace them with good, more productive habits, which will allow you to reach your goal. See, those habits you've tried before, they break up your day routine and then leave you in a hole of what you're trying to accomplish. So yes, you need to intentionally look at parts of your life and replace them with things that are going to make you more productive. Always remember what your goal is and your motivation for doing it. That'll help drive this new behavior you're trying to build. The number 5 thing is you need to monitor your progress. See, as you go to work on self-discipline, pay attention to your feelings and how you're developing. Look at how your new strengths are coming along, and it will make you feel free and happy and proud of the work you're doing, and you really should, within yourself, celebrate. So for me, I start my day off by writing down my goals, my long-term goals and my short-term goals, and then even what I'm going to accomplish for the day. And that's part of me keeping a journal of my goals. And so you can start doing something similar to that. You don't got to do as much as I do, but really do start somewhere. Start with some sort of journal that you're tracking your progress, and you can see on paper that you can go to years later to see where you started off and where you've come from. And tracking that progress is going to keep you motivated, it's going to keep you moving forward. And when you're struggling with something and you might have a little bit of doubt in the back of your head if you can do it, seeing your past progress will guarantee you that you can move forward in the future. And along the same lines, it is important that you remember to reward yourself when you're experiencing success. See, celebrate your accomplishment and keep things fun, and your strength to resolve to keep it going will continue. Look, don't be afraid of failure, because it will happen on occasion, and don't let those set you back. All of us experience setbacks, but that's really part of life. You acknowledge them, you see where you slipped, you learn from it, and you move on. It is very important that you develop self-discipline in life. Self-discipline enables us to do high-quality work, have a high-quality life, high-quality relationships, and more importantly, it will allow you to build the skills, values, and do the work that will be admired and desired 1,000 years from now. Keep pursuing your goals even through tough times, and all this will help you to do the things that'll make you a professional and that'll be great in the long run. Self-discipline is essential to a quality life. It'll differentiate you from everybody else, and you will be more successful in life than you ever thought you could be. Hey, I want to thank you for stopping by the Legacy Gentleman channel. If you found something in this video useful, please like it. If you want to see more videos that talk about making you the best man you can be, please subscribe to this channel. And until next time, go be legendary.